Okay, so why is my life so boring? A simple solution or answer is life becomes fun when you realize happiness is in doing good things. Okay, good actions lead to more confidence as your conscience begins to like you. So the conscience is not some airy fairy thing. This is something psychologists, all the way from Freud to Viktor Frankl and all these people, have long known about, but most people don't. Okay, the conscience is a very real thing, and but it is yet a mysterious thing. So Freud and some others talk about the conscience as this sort of weird person. They call it a personality because it's got a sort of a mind of its own. So you do something bad, and ideally you want to get away with that bad thing if no police officers noticed you doing that bad thing. But your conscience will still tell you off, even though it's in your mind is working against you when you do naughty things. And when you do good things, it rewards you. So yeah, you're a good guy. Obviously, you don't hear those words exactly, but you feel it. Like there's the old saying, how do you sleep at night? That phrase comes when you feel bad about doing something so bad that you can't sleep well at night. So that's how your conscience basically talks to you. So good actions lead to more confidence as your conscience begins to like you. So if you got bad chatter, as it were, from your conscience, then you're not really going to have much confidence, because you don't feel good about yourself. You just can't feel good about yourself when you're doing bad things. But when you're doing good things, your conscience is telling you good things about yourself. It's telling you good stories about who you are. It's like you're a good guy. You want to make a difference to the world, make the world a better place. And then you feel good about yourself, and then you feel confident. Okay, so confidence should not be artificially manufactured. Yeah, so a lot of people say fake it till you make it and all this kind of stuff. You can't fake it, because you can't trick yourself. um, so if you want to feel confident, just be a good person. So, good actions lead to more confidence as your conscience begins to like you, allowing you to ignore the naysayers. Okay, so if you want to do something interesting in your life, one of the biggest restrictions people have is other people's opinions. Again, we were talking about that earlier on, right? Okay, but you kind of stop caring about other people's opinions if you've got enough confidence. And so confidence comes from knowing having a clear direction in your life and why you're doing it. So, and then you will notice other people, most of the people won't have much direction in life, and you find taking much note, you won't really take much notice of what they've got to say, because they're kind of lost, and you don't really care about what they've got to say because they're not particularly happy. They're not having exciting lives. So why would you care about what they've got to say? um, so yeah, and you only get that when you're doing good things. You've got a positive direction, a meaningful direction that you can really feel like you can stand behind, as it were. Yeah, and then you just go for it. And those good things, um, first of all, make you confident, so you're not, you know, restricted or controlled by other people's opinions, the naysayers, the people who say you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, and all this kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. And so they stop you from doing fun things, and then you end up doing those fun things because now you've got the confidence. And then positivity, that sort of positivity leads to adventures. I kind of summarized this last comment, which about positivity leads to adventures. What happens when you take positive action? What happens? You learn from those positive actions. When you don't take positive actions, you stay in a tiny little bubble, right? So when you take positive actions, your horizons, your world view enlarges, right? And you take these risks, and it's not such a big risk, because if you fail, you know why you're doing it, so it doesn't really matter that you failed. There's no such thing as failure if you're doing a good thing, right? Okay, so your worldview enlarges, you're learning more stuff, you become more capable, you start meeting more positive people, and positive people actually encourage each other. That's what positive people are like. They help each other. That's what it means. So when you're helping each other and you're working, with other people who want you to do well, then you're going to do better off. And when you know more stuff, you're more capable. And it's kind of like it's just like a positive feedback loop, right? Good things lead to more good things, and those, when you become more powerful, you're more capable of doing more interesting things. So in the beginning, when you do a small positive action, you get rewarded for that. You've experienced a new thing. But if you keep doing that over a long period of time, lots of good thing, um, you increasingly become more capable of doing more amazing things, like sending rockets off to space, and uh, creating, electric cars and things like that. You won't be able to do that in the beginning, because you start off from a small bubble. But then, as you take more risks and do more good things, then the horizons, your possibilities increase, and an amazing life starts to unfold. Life, the world is an amazing place. It's just so much potential, so many problems to solve. The fact that, yes, sure, there's an environmental crisis, but that's an opportunity to solve it. Like Mr. Elon is doing as best as he can, and loads of other people. I do use Elon as a simple example, because he's just the richest person in the world and simple to understand, right? Big things are simple to understand. But there are so many other amazing things people are doing. There's a group of people out there making robots that go around the sea and collecting all the rubbish, and they're quite a young little group, and loads of people are supporting them. See, if you can't do the thing yourself, support the people who are doing the things, the amazing things, right? There's all this different levels of positivity you can get yourself involved in, and then feel good about yourself, and then your life won't be so boring. If you're not saving the world, you might be helping saving the world by funding it or something, and that's a little bit interesting. You can tell your friends about that. I'm doing this, you know this is what I invested in, or something, in this Kickstarter or whatever it is, right? So yeah, and then you meet more people, new things happen, good things happen, as a result of meeting those new people. And yeah, it's so exciting when you meet those new people. Also, um, you hear about new possibilities, new things you could be doing in your life, maybe go to new places, um, and what you thought when so in the beginning you might think there's hardly any possibilities, but as your view increases, you see millions of possibilities of what you can do with your life. And that only really happens, I've seen the people I know, when you just do positive things. And the people who don't do positive things usually are really kind of negative about the opportunities. They don't see opportunities, so that's because they've kept their world tiny, because they want to believe they are right. And that's a really negative attitude, to think you're right in the beginning. Should keep learning.